You have gained attention, and someone who possesses a large amount of influence will have their attention centered squarely on you, recognizing something remarkable about you that distinguishes you from the rest of the crowd. Having been pulled to you by the exceptional traits that you possess, they are now making their approach. When you meet someone whose presence commands respect and whose interest in you has the potential to change everything, you should get yourself ready for that interaction. There has been a shift in the atmosphere around you. This is not a chance meeting or a coincidence of the stars being in harmony. Am I able to sense it? The electric charge that should have been, the abrupt pressure of attention that was pressing against your skin, occurred there just a few moments ago. You have been observed, but not by the eyes of the average person or by the huge masses of people who go through life without actually seeing. These eyes, on the other hand, belong to someone who has the ability to alter the world with simple decisions, someone whose influence extends over empires of business, someone whose name opens doors that were previously closed to others, and someone whose presence controls rooms without a single word being spoken. And those eyes that are so powerful, have located you. Wait in silence. Take a deep breath. This moment is what splits you apart. Form a life from everything that comes after it. The barrier that separates obscurity and significance has just been broken, and you are now standing on the brink of metamorphosis. Would you be able to comprehend what this means? Your coordinates have been discovered by destiny. The vast majority of individuals go through life and die without ever having to go through what you are going through right now. Their existence is characterized by the shadows of possibility, and they never venture into the harsh and illuminating light of actual potential. Their dreams are merely theoretical and abstract conceptions, and they are never put to the test against the harshness of reality. You, on the other hand, have been chosen. Your movements, the ideas you carry, and the energy you exude without even making an effort are all expressions of a frequency that resonates with greatness. Something in your essence has reached out across the void, and something in your DNA sings a frequency that resonates with grandeur. These characteristics are communicated through channels that the majority of people are unable to access, but which they continuously monitor. Those that are placed at the pinnacle are constantly looking for the next singular individual to uplift, mentor, challenge, and transform. They are continuously hunting for the next individual. In addition, you have just tripped their radar at this same moment. Keep an eye out. Observe how the setting has changed, how the conversations that were taking place close have become more subdued, and how the roots appear to be clearing. Put your concentration on your back and feel the weight of it pressing against it. The sensation that you get when someone who wields galaxies of influence focuses their attention upon you is as follows. Do not flee, do not hide, and do not flinch from this time. The action has already started to be taken. This individual of exceptional power is getting closer to your position with every heartbeat and every passing second. At this point, their orbit has latched onto yours. Without a doubt, the gravitational attraction is. Do you currently resist? When you wear fancy shoes, destiny comes closer. Let's put this into perspective. In a world where there are billions of people, on this specific day, at this specific location, among all of the people who could possibly exist, what are the mathematical odds that your signal broke through the noise? Your brilliance was perceived by a large number of people, and your potential was recognized by instruments that were designed to identify only exceptional occurrences. The rooms have the ability to detect ambition, talent, and hunger in the same way that sharks can detect blood in vast oceans. They have the ability to sense the delicate energy of someone who is ready to be catapulted into greatness. And at this very moment, all of those senses are focused on yourself. Alternate versions of yourself, some of which are great and others of which have been destroyed by the pressure, flicker like ghosts at the margins of reality. Future timelines branch and proliferate around this one moment. What comes next is the single most important factor in determining which version will be real. Get yourself ready, because a tremendous power is on its way. Having power causes a surge of energy to be produced. It won't be long before the atoms that are between you catch fire, and lightning might even hit the ground where you are standing. Due to the fact that you are in close proximity to concentrated influence, your entire cellular structure is about to undergo a transition. The majority of people would fail the test before it even started because they would buckle. They would disintegrate under such focused attention. They would stumble over words. Their thoughts would scatter like marbles dropped on a marble floor, and they would fail the test altogether. Is it true that you are not the majority of people? To answer your question, you would not have registered on their instruments if you were basically ordinary. Something in you burns brighter. Something in you reaches further. Something in you hungers deeper than the common souls who occupy this earth. That something is about to be tested. That something is about to be challenged. That something is about to be provided the greatest opportunity it will ever face. When titans perceive promise, they do not approach with softness. They do not coddle. They do not reassure. They confront. They provoke. They demand confirmation that their instincts were accurate. Prepare yourself for this. As the words that are spoken may feel like an assault. The initial questions that are asked may feel like they are impossible to answer. The initial request that is made may appear to be engineered to cause you to fail. This is the test that lies beneath the test. How do you react when you are confronted with the challenge of greatness? How do you react? Do you go into excessive detail? Are you someone who makes excuses? Or are you someone who stands in your power, fearless of the fire that is being focused at your deepest core? They have seen promising stars fall under pressure. They have seen seemingly ideal things happen to them. The figure that is approaching has seen potential explode and die 1,000 times. You are here for a reason. If you feel the call, answer it. Click Join to unlock exclusive content, deep insights, and a powerful community. This isn't just a membership, it's an awakening. Step into your divine purpose. Join the chosen. Candidates fell into a state of mediocrity when they were confronted with genuine demand. The outcome of everything will be determined by how you react during these initial crucial moments. Stand tall. Meet their gaze without flinching. Speak with conviction, but never desperation. Answer questions directly, but never entirely leave them wanting more. Show respect without exhibiting subservience. Demonstrate your worth without explaining it. The cosmos has cooperated to produce this confluence point. Cosmic forces beyond conception have coordinated to place you in this exact position when someone who has the power to completely alter your existence has made the decision to deviate from their usual routine and approach you. Do you feel the weight of that moment? Are you aware of the significance of the subject? Millions of people pray for opportunities that will never come. Millions of people give up everything in order to pursue connections that will remain forever out of reach. Millions of people would give up everything they own in order to stand where you are right now in the path of someone who can reimagine reality with a single choice. This is about to become your reality, remodeled and redesigned. To begin, however, you will need to endure the fire. First, you will need to demonstrate that you are deserving of the attention that has already been invested. First, you will need to demonstrate that the signal that was identified was not a false positive, not a sudden flare, but rather the steady burn of actual promise. They are getting closer and closer to you at this very moment. The distance between you is narrowing with each pounding heartbeat. The molecules that are in between you are vibrating with an increasing intensity, and time itself appears to slow down, creating a pocket dimension in which this exchange will exist outside of the normal parameters. The arrival of destiny is predetermined. The sound of footsteps. Don't forget that they are just as dependent on you as you are on them. Greatness and potential have a relationship that is not parasitic, but rather symbiotic or mutually beneficial. In order to ensure that their legacy is carried on, those who have acquired power require new vessels. They require fresh viewpoints in order to avoid stagnation. And they require hungry spirits in order to remind them of their own roots. You are the embodiment of prospects. You are the embodiment of revitalization. You are the embodiment of the continuation of a lineage that must not perish. But you must prove worthy of this investment. You must demonstrate that you possess not just raw materials, yet the temperament to be molded into something spectacular. Not everyone can tolerate the heat required for genuine transformation. Not everyone can endure the pressure necessary to make diamonds from coal. Are you able to persevere? This is what their eyes hunt for as they lock onto yours. This is what their intuition strives to decipher from your stance, your expression, your very essence. Persons who are truly powerful do not need to waste their time on persons who will eventually fall apart. They do not invest in vessels that will eventually break. They do not guide spirits that will eventually run away. If your heart overflows with God's blessings, let that love shine. Click the super thank you button and give $20 or more to plant seeds of faith that will impact countless lives. Your generosity reflects His abundance. Be a vessel of His grace and watch His kingdom flourish through you. At the first hint of real adversity, show them steel beneath your surface. Show them fire behind your eyes. Show them hunger coupled to discipline. The rarest combination, the most valuable asset, the true predictor of eventual success. The moment has arrived. Feel time compress around you. Feel space bend to fit this clash of fates. Feel the eyes of unseen forces watching with intense interest, placing cosmic bets on whether you will rise or fall for this opportunity. These forces are watching you with intense interest. Their voice will be heard far and wide when they speak. The words of those frequencies will contain multiple layers of meaning, including tests within tests, opportunities within challenges, and traps disguised as compliments. Additionally, these frequencies will bypass your ears and resonate directly with your DNA. Be sure to pay attention not only to what they say, but also to what they do not say. There is a true communication that takes place in the spaces between words, in the micro-expressions that flash across their face, in the precise manner in which they position themselves in relation to you. At this point, every detail is important. The opportunity that they provide might appear to be insignificant. It might not appear to be a game changer on the surface, but there is no room for error. This is just the first door of many, many others. The first test that will determine whether or not you are deserving of the keys to greater chambers beyond this one is this one. Accept whatever challenge they present, take whatever business card they offer, and comply with whatever unusual request they make. However, do so while maintaining your dignity, establishing clear boundaries, and acknowledging your own power. Desperate gratitude is the worst response, and entitled expectation is the second worst when it comes to responses. The point of equilibrium between these two extremes is where you need to stand, appreciative of the opportunity, but confident in your. They are separate lives that are lived by different people. However, this is only the case if you are aware of what is taking place, if you are able to rise to the occasion, and if you are able to demonstrate that their instruments detected something that is real, something that is sustainable, and something that is worthy of investment on an unprecedented scale. The approaching figure carries networks of influence that stretch across continents. They carry resources that could fuel your vision for decades. They carry knowledge that would take you 3 lifetimes to acquire on your own. All of this could be placed at your disposal. All of this could accelerate your journey beyond imagination. All of this could transform your struggling flame into a supernova that illuminates worlds. Or it could all evaporate in an instant. One wrong word, one demonstration of weakness, one revelation of unworthiness. That's all it takes for the opportunity to dissolve, for the powerful figure to continue walking, for your signal to be recategorized as a false positive in their sophisticated systems. The margin for error is microscopic. The stakes could not be higher. The pressure would crush ordinary souls into dust. But again, you are not ordinary. You never have been. That's why this is happening at all. Trust your instincts now, more than ever. Whatever brought you to this point, whatever combination of talents, decisions, and actions created the signal that attracted this attention, those same qualities will guide you through what comes next. Do not suddenly become someone else. Do not put on a performance. Do not try to be what you think they want. They detected you, the authentic signal of your genuine self. Amplify that. Signal now. Turn up the volume on your true essence rather than broadcasting a counterfeit frequency. The truly powerful can detect falsehood at atomic levels. They didn't climb to their position by being fooled. They didn't maintain their influence by missing details. They can spot an imposter through layers of perfect disguise. Authenticity is your only feasible tactic, but authenticity filtered through wisdom. Authenticity directed with purpose. Pure authenticity that knows when to talk and when to listen, when to advance and when to hold. Position. The figure now stands before you. Time freezes completely. The world around you blurs as reality itself concentrates on this exchange, this collision of potential and power, this instant pregnant with endless futures. What happens next will send ripples through dimensions. What happens next will alter probability itself. What happens next depends totally on you, understanding the magnitude of this chance and rising to meet it with everything you possess. Cosmic forces hold their breath. Remember, you were detected for a reason. Recall, of all potential souls, your frequency broke through. Remember, this is not random chance, but calculated recognition. The universe conspires to connect complementary energies. The universe constructs bridges between those who need to find each other. The universe creates collisions between powers that belong together. You stand at the center of universal intention right now. You occupy the focal point of destiny's lens. You have been maneuvered here by forces beyond comprehension because something in you needs to connect with something in them. This connection transcends ordinary networking. What is about to take place is not about business cards or job opportunities, even though these may be the physical manifestations of what is about to take place. What is about to take place is the interaction of complementary energies that has the potential to generate sufficient power to move entire worlds. The figure that is approaching you is a representation of what you have the potential to become. The figure that is approaching you carries the map to territories that you have only seen in your dreams. The figure that is approaching you holds the keys to doors. You have been knocking on doors without any success, but you have something that they require as well. A new perspective, unrealized potential, and a hunger that has not yet been satiated by accomplishments. These are the raw materials that will be used to construct the next evolution. Take into account the value you bring to this equation. Your approach to this exchange should not be that of a supplicant begging for crumbs from the table of power. Rather, you should approach it as a bearer of gifts that have become scarce in the uncommon environment that they inhabit. Consider yourself to be on an equal footing, not in terms of accomplishment, but in terms of fundamental worth. The one and only. It is not worshippers that the powerful seek. They do not require further sycophants. Rather, they are hungry for genuine equals. They search constantly for those with the spark of greatness who haven't yet had equal opportunity to fan those sparks into flames. You are not being offered charity. You are being evaluated as an investment. You are being considered as a potential carrying vessel for legacies that must continue beyond individual lifetimes. This is about the continuation of power's lineage. All great powers seek appropriate heirs. All great achievements require new blood to push boundaries farther. All great visions deserve fresh eyes to evolve beyond their original inspiration. You have been detected as a prospective next link in a chain reaching back through history. You have been identified as potentially worthy of inheriting concentrated influence developed across centuries. You have been selected for evaluation as a viable vessel for power's transmission into the future. The responsibility is enormous. The chance is unprecedented. The moment requires everything you've been and everything you could be, simultaneously present in perfect equilibrium. Destiny extends its hand. The first words are spoken. The exchange begins. Universes collide in a controlled explosion. Futures branch and expand around you at dizzying speed. Everything has led to this. Every battle, every success, every moment of doubt and determination, every time you continued when others would have succumbed, every decision that kept you connected with your real path, rather than veering towards simpler routes. The collected energy of your entire existence focuses upon one solitary point of contact. The concentrated potential of all possible possibilities awaits your response to what happens next. Rise now to your full height. Let your eyes disclose the fire that fires behind them. Let your voice carry the authority of absolute self-narrative. Release of energy that has been stored. This gathering is the result of a concerted effort by the universe. This precise meeting of trajectories has been planned by cosmic intelligence. Destiny has moved mountains in order to synchronize your courses. At this point, everything is dependent on you. The work of you are the recipient of opportunities, and power is the ability to see potential that lies beyond the ultimate distance that separates you. The offer dangles in the air like lightning that has been suspended in the air, resonating with possibilities that are both wonderful and tremendous. Step forth into the dazzling light of a future that is too bright to fully comprehend. Cross the boundary between who you have been and who you are destined to become. Reach out and take hold of what is being offered to you. The time has come for you to act. It is not by chance that the power that is now in front of you came to be in that position. They have worked hard to get there. In spite of the fact that everyone else around them gave in to comfortable mediocrity, they endured through resistance that would have been enough to destroy lesser beings. They faced challenges that would have broken ordinary spirits. There is a part of you that resonates with that journey. There is a part of your soul that knows the path that they have traveled, because you have always known, deep down, that you will travel a road that is comparable to theirs. That is what they perceive in you. That is what their senses that have been carefully calibrated have discovered. That is what led them to focus their attention across a congested space, to maintain a sharp focus on your coordinates, which is the identification of a shared passion. Not everyone is made to carry flames that burn at such a high temperature. Not everyone is capable of containing energies that are so powerful without being devoured. Not everyone possesses the internal architecture that is required to channel power without being corrupted by it. On the other hand, you do. The very molecular structure of your body has the uncommon combination of materials that are necessary for this cosmic alchemy. Your spiritual DNA contains codes that are only activated when you are in the presence of concentrated magnificence. Activate them right now. Sense the aspects that have been dormant. The instantaneous lighting of yourself. The sensation of capabilities that you have only suspected suddenly roaring to life beneath the catalytic gaze of power that has been achieved. We are seeing your awakening. The high-profile individual who is currently analyzing you has observed a great number of potential vessels shatter when they were examined. They have seen promising candidates show deadly defects when they were exposed to the penetrating light of actual evaluation. This procedure has been initiated hundreds of times, but each time they have been left feeling dissatisfied. If they continue their search today, the results might be different. Possibly, the quest will be over today. It is possible that they will ultimately find what they have been looking for over the course of many years, across multiple countries and via thousands of interactions. The first exchange will define everything. The opening words will set the tone. The initial energy transfer will build patterns that either will enhance or lessen what comes after it. If you prove to be worthy, the first exchange will determine everything. It is important to keep in mind that greatness is evaluated by putting it to the test via adversity. Power analyzes potential by applying pressure, and outstanding minds evaluate capability through questions that are designed to enter deeply, disguises and reveals the ability for authenticity. You should be ready for discomfort. You should be prepared for challenge. You should be willing to tread into fire, knowing that only genuine quality emerges unharmed by the fire. The power that is approaching carries a torch that not only illuminates but also burns. Their attention unveils what was concealed while simultaneously testing what is exposed. The potential that their attention presents comes with the requirement that they immediately demonstrate their worth. To be seen by power implies to be submitted to the evaluation of power. To be seen by this duality is something that cannot be avoided. Having greatness is being judged against greatness. Having standards to attract the attention of remarkable performance, and having the ability to be compared to the people who have achieved exceptional things. Comparatively speaking, those with weaker hearts would shatter under such scrutiny. Ordinary minds would collapse under such scrutiny, and average abilities would be revealed to be insufficient when compared to actual brilliance. However, there was something within you that gave the impression that you may be unique. There was something within you that activated identification systems that were designed to identify only the unusual. There was something within you that broadcast a frequency that matched any patterns, known to be associated with brilliance in its first stages. That signal has to be validated at this point. The figure is now standing in front of you, and their eyes are fixed on yours with such intensity that it would compel most people to tear their gaze away. Due to the existence of their presence, the space between you is filled with an energy density that makes it impossible to breathe.